What energy, identities, or frequencies do you want to step into or step up and into in 2025? So what would I be focusing on for the rest of December then? Before we get to setting goals, before we get to our kind of like winter solstice energy and all that jazz, I would be focusing on your habits. Now, it's so easy for us to think, oh, in January, I'll start that. Or, oh, when it comes to January, I'll start doing that gym class then, or I'll start doing that then. I have started new habits in November. When I'm recording this, it's like the middle of November. So I'm already started, and I do this every single year because I was told this a few years ago, and I can't remember where I heard this, but I remember hearing if you started today or if you started at the beginning of December, then you'd be 3 weeks ahead by the time you hit January. And I was like, that's a really good reframe. That's a really good way to see it. So I tried it, and this was 3-4 years ago. I tried this, and I really dedicated myself to being intentional with my end of year rituals, hence why I birthed this entire toolkit, because I realized the year before how freaking powerful this was. And now it's non-negotiable, hence why I've created this toolkit with everything that I do in it for you to create that same success in your life, because it's accessible to all, 100%. What I can do, you can do too. So I saw the huge intentionality power here of just being intentional and starting earlier, and not just like fumbling into January, like fumbling into New Year, like, oh shit, what do I want to manifest? Or, oh, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, I had the most intentional, amazing year ever. I knew what I was doing. I was clear. And my energy in January, when I hit my obviously like manifesting challenge that I do, my free manifesting challenge from the 1st to the 5th, the energy was so different in that container. I could turn up so much better to it because my ducks were in a row. I had all of the intentional and alignment energy there. So it pays dividends to do this work now. So don't start in January, because January is overwhelming as it is, right? We don't want to put more pressure on ourselves to like do 10 new things and be consistent with that. Imagine if you started that new habit today, just one. It doesn't have to be all of them. And you might think, oh my God, I don't even know what these new habits and goals I want to do next year are yet. That's okay. We don't need to know the whole picture yet. We have the whole of December to do that. Just one. If there's something that has been niggling you for a while, or something that you're like, oh, I really want to change that next year. And your reflection, there's a crane going past the window again. I love this. For anybody listening, if you watch the YouTube videos, you'll see a very slowly moving crane in my video. It's so comedic, so comedic. Anyway, back to the life of living on a new build site, right? So if you started that habit, just one habit today, you would be 3 weeks ahead by January the 1st. 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, right? So they say it takes 21 days to create a habit, change a pattern, right? So imagine by that point, it's already going to feel nailed. It's already going to feel sustainable, and it's already going to feel good because you've done it for that period. So when you hit January, you're already going to see those huge shifts and up levelings in your life because you've already done the groundwork. And the groundwork is what is important here. And I cannot stress it enough. If you do the groundwork in December, those little things that I was talking about, the kind of sequence and rituals, and especially that Manifest Your Best Year toolkit of reflect, rejoice, reset. When you do that, you will see everything change in your life, because instead of just saying, oh, I think I want to manifest that, or I think that's what I want to manifest this year. You have clarity. It's not, I think, you know with such deep intentionality because you've been intentional with yourself. And you know what you've also done over that December period? You've not stressed yourself out. You've rested, you've reflected, you've created the space. You've started to cultivate these new habits so that when you're stepping into January, you are already in a new identity. You're already in a new energy, which creates the container for success. Now, when we're in that New Year portal from the 1st of January, think how magnetic you are going to be having that clarity, having done that groundwork. We know that groundwork creates stable foundations. We know that it creates consistency. We know that it creates success in our life, right? So if there was any time in the year to do your groundwork with manifesting, December is the time. Don't make this just another year that you fumble and fall into a new year and hope and just set some intentions and hope it's going to happen. I love that. And we do need intention. But if you want true manifesting success throughout the year consistently, not just the first week of January or not the end of the year when you panic and think, oh crap, I got all these things to achieve. If you want continued success throughout the year, the work that you do in December to set yourself up for success is what cultivates and creates that. And I have seen this play out in my life for 4+ years now. I've been doing these toolkits for 4 years. I've seen it play out in you guys' life as well. And that's been the huge confirmation for me as well of it's all right when it works in my life, but I want to see it work in your life as well. So seeing this hundreds and hundreds of times with everybody who does this year in, year out with me, seeing it in myself and my own. And I even shared this year that I literally manifested 4 things off my vision board for the year within 11 days of January, by the 11th of January. I think it was the new moon because that was when my book deal came through. So 4 things out of 12 off my list in 11 days, which to me was wild because I was like, heck, how the heck have I done this? Like, this is going to be an easy year. But do you know what the real secret success was? It wasn't my grapes under the table, even though I absolutely do think that contributes to it. And I will share these rituals soon. It wasn't the cinnamon that I blew through my door on the 1st of January. It wasn't necessarily just the high vibes that I got myself into, although that made me magnetic to be that ultimate aligned receiver. What it was the pre-work. The work I had set up in December to reflect, rejoice, and reset, to know with clarity what my goals were, to get me into that energy. And I am such a believer of creating space in this December period to create the space for magneticness, to raise your vibration, to elevate your frequency to the vibration that you want to step into this new year with. And I really want to challenge you to think about this. A great reflection that you can do over the next few weeks to get sure on this before we step into those final weeks where we're going to be doing the clarity work. What energy, identities, or frequencies do you want to step into or step up and into in 2025?